So for this video, I was inspired to talk about the importance of staying committed to the path, staying committed to your goal, right? And the question I had for you is how long are you willing to stay committed to your goal? And sometimes I do ponder on that a lot because really started intentionally building my seven-figure brand and my agency and my community since July 2024, right? Will be coming to 2 years of me focusing on that as my main objective and my sole mission, right? As far as building a brand is concerned and building a level of brand authority. But sometimes you have to ask yourself, how long are you willing to stay committed for to hit your goal? Because in the grand scheme of things, I'm a big believer in the idea that you can speak things into existence, right? If you say you're going to do something, then you'll do it. If you say that you're good at something, then you'll be good at it. If you say you're bad at something, you're going to be bad at it. I'm a big believer that thoughts become things, and whatever you really put your mind to when it comes down to doing anything in this life, I really do feel that the weight of your words is something that is enormous and it's so strong, and it can really change your trajectory depending on your mindset and how you go about dealing with certain things, right? But let me just share my screen quickly for reference because I did ask that question on Google just for reference so I can see what the AI overview says. And then they said achieving significant long term goals often requires a commitment of 3 to 10 years, right? While many people abandon goals after 6 months, enduring the slow, mundane process for several years is frequently necessary for true success. So I'm just going to go through the quick breakdown based on commitment timelines for said goals. So there's 1 to 2 years. So that's suitable for specific skill acquisition, changing careers, or launching a basic project, right? 3 years, otherwise known as the 3 year rule, a common time frame to measure success and reach major milestones without being discouraged by short term failures. And then we have the 5 to 10 years, typical for major life changing or highly ambitious goals. For example, building a sustainable business, becoming a recognized expert, and achieving financial independence, right? But what I want you to pay attention to, right, is this part here that I'm going to highlight: becoming a recognized expert. And when we think of that, so according to Google, right, and you know, you can be an expert in your own right within less time, depending on what it is that you specialize in, what your niche is, what industry you're in, right? What you do. But let's stick with that particular idea that it will take between 5 to 10 years to become a recognized expert in something, right? And this year it will be 2 years in of me building in public and building my brand in real time, my level of brand authority, and building my agency in real time, and building my community in real time, and really documenting and showing the process of what is necessary in order for you to hit seven figures, right? I'm on this journey and showing you in real time because there's no doubt in my mind that these objectives will be hit. I will hit every target that I set myself to achieve because it's written. I have it all lined up and planned out in terms of my goals and my plan, right? And initially, my idea was very much more so a 5 year plan. And they said between 5 to 10 years of becoming a recognized expert. I have almost a decade of experience, right, within PR. However, 8 of those years has been me being an employee working for a company in corporate, right? So arguably, these 2 years that I've spent building my business and building as a solopreneur, I've done less of that more than I have within my full career of PR, right? So you can argue that in the grand scheme of things, as far as business is concerned, I am very much early stage in this journey at this moment in time. And with this, I always said to myself that from when I started the journey in July 2024, for me, it just felt like starting from scratch again, starting from zero. But the difference is that I have the wealth of experience throughout my life, and then now it's just about unlearning the sort of patterns that are not required from the perspective of an employee mindset, and really switching it and tailoring my mind to a entrepreneurial mindset, a solopreneur, the way that I'm able to build and to scale and to launch and do business effectively in the most effective way as an entrepreneur, not as an employee. And like I always say in my videos, the whole idea of building a brand takes a lot of unlearning in the process, as well as learning new things. I feel that there's a lot of unlearning within the process of doing that and getting to said mission, right? But throughout the whole process of me even speaking about this, it's really more so, what is your timeline looking like? How many years have you dedicated to say that I am going to dedicate this amount of time to building this particular thing, right? How many years are you actually going to sit and dedicate to say that I am giving it my all for this time? Because let's face it, from the beginning stages of you building your business and you are scaling, right, you may not see any sort of success in that side of things in within a short space of time. And I spoke in one of my previous videos about the importance of proof of concept. And had it not been me leaving my role and getting my first paid freelance opportunity within a matter of weeks, I would never have had that mindset to say that if I was able to do it, then I can do it again. So even when there was particular dry spells, I'm adaptable to the situation. I know how to navigate, and ultimately what that means for what I'm able to continue to do and how I'm able to pursue my objectives and goals, based on the fact that I know it's going to be a long road. It's going to be a long road. It's going to be a long ride, but I am dedicated to the cause, because for me, there doesn't, in my mind anyway, there isn't anything that beats this particular pursuit. There's nothing better that I'll be able to do in my mind, based on the idea of getting that level of autonomy, being able to live the way that I want to live and work with the people that I want to work with, and just continue to love and enjoy the process the way that I've been able to produce content as well. There isn't anything better that I will be able to incorporate in a way that makes the most sense for what my end goal looks like. And that's the reason why I'm so dedicated and committed to the cause. And I want you to also ask yourself that, how long are you committed to, right? As far as YouTube is concerned, for myself, I dedicated myself to say I am uploading one long form video every day for 1,000 days, right? Because I'm so committed to the cause, and I'm so committed to the idea of learning, right? Learning and improving and getting better over time, and being able to incorporate the data points. Because as I always say, you need to get started and you need to do that particular thing, whatever it is that's scaring you or intimidating you, or you're not particularly sure what the future holds in reference to that particular thing. You have to get started, because if you do not get started, then you will not be able to have the data and the analytics in order for you to see how you can improve it over time and how you can get better, right? With me now reaching over 100 videos of me producing said content, right, I'm now in a better position where I'm able to see the data and it speaks for itself. I know what I can do to improve. I know what I need to do to experiment and to try different things. I know to effectively what gravitates to people based on the previous content and the outliers within the sort of videos that I have published so far. However, it took me 100 days to understand that. It took me 100 days to understand and being able to get through the mundane, right? Get through the process of it being not particularly enjoyable or not something that I'm particularly thinking that I want to do. But because I'm committed to the cause, I have to go through the moments where it just doesn't seem inspiring or motivating. And for me, it's that level of discipline that I really had to cherish and hold dear to myself to ensure that I'm able to get these things done. right? These things are important. And before I go with this video, because this was more me sort of venting, I suppose, in that side, but it's also me to help you see the importance of just getting started and building in the pursuit of whatever it is that you're looking to achieve. Take the time to focus on building over time and then just get 1% better, right? There's so many things that I'm looking to do to improve on my video content, but I can't let that stop me. I can't let the thought of wanting to have it in this particular way stop me from doing it with the things that I have available to me now, the things that I have available for me to incorporate and use, right? I'm no longer allowing myself to use the lack of particular things as an excuse to not do it or to get started, right? And I think that's incredibly important and something that you need to bear in mind if you've been watching my content over the months and if you've been following the journey of what I've been able to do and what I've been sharing on my Substack. And if you are not subscribed to YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube. If you are not subscribed to my Substack, then click in the description box down below. Check out my Substack. If you are interested in joining the £1 million visibility blueprint, then please do join as well. I post content on there that you will never see anywhere. You're not going to see it on YouTube. You're not going to see it on LinkedIn. Substack is the go-to for me to be sharing additional content for you to actually replicate the success and replicate the highlights that I share with you all in order for you to build that level of brand authority as well, right? So please do check it out as well. And then if you are interested in becoming a paid subscriber, then click in the description box down below. And if not, check out the free content as well, because I post weekly free articles every Wednesday without fail. I've been doing so since August 2024, right? I started on my website and I transitioned, I moved my content over to Substack based on how I developed and refined my brand authority system and how I incorporate it for myself and my clients as well. So please do check it out. But before I even finish this video, there's one thing I want you to do as an exercise, right? And if you have a set number of years, right, that you are looking to commit to this thing that you are committing to, then please drop it in the comments and let me know. Just drop a number and let me know. If it's 5 years, you're willing to commit for 5 years, put 5. If you're saying you're willing to commit for 6, put 6. 10, put 10. Drop a number in there and let me know how many years you are willing to commit to this journey, right? Because I assure you it's not easy, but I guarantee you when you get to the end result, the whole journey, you'll learn so much, but the end result, it's guaranteed, because the way that you develop it based on the system that I incorporate as well, and you see the way that I do it, I don't want you to be left behind. So I want you to bear that in mind. And then lastly, let me share my screen, matter of fact. And I want you to bear this in mind for any sort of gurus or any sort of coaches or consultants or advisors or business experts or anyone who you deem to be someone that you feel inspires you, that motivates you to take action, that makes you feel that you can do it, that you can win, right? What I want you to do, and I'm just going to use my page as reference, right? But then all I want you to do is go on the video section, whoever's YouTube channel, check out any of your goats, right? Check their YouTube channel, right? And go on oldest. Just go on oldest and click. For me, it will be the video that came out 7 months ago in September, right? This is the first video that I did. And over the years, when I'm doing this YouTube content, you're going to realize that I've been consistent. Consistency is the one thing that you can say that I was consistent. You can say whatever you want to say about me, but you cannot deny the consistency was off the charts and it will continue to be off the charts. And for argument's sake, let me search, because one of my goats is Gary Vee. Gary Vee is one of my goats, right? And when you just search his name and then you check out his channel, like 4.8 million subscribers, right? 6.7K videos. But then when you think about it, when you go in the video section here, and then you look at the oldest video, right? Look at this video 18 years ago. 18 years ago, and he's just dropping content. He's just started dropping content. So many years ago, almost 2 decades ago, he was posting content, right? And look where he is now. That's what I'm saying. The idea of building this thing that you want to build, your ecosystem, your brand authority, your personal brand, a revenue generating brand that will imprint a legacy in your life, right? How many years are you willing to dedicate to this stuff? How many years are you willing to dedicate to this stuff? Because I assure you, it's not for the faint-hearted, because you have to keep going. We have no choice. If you are willing to really shift the needle and break all the sort of generational curses and all that sort of stuff, whatever your sort of objective or mission is in terms of being able to do it, you need to be able to get through this hump first and foremost if you are really dedicated to this mission at hand, right? And it will be interesting because the same thing will apply for someone who has been following my journey and following the content, right, that I'll be putting out throughout the journey. Someone is going to go back and look at the oldest video and realize that where I started from and what I effectively had to unlearn and overcome to improve and get better over time and continue hitting those 1% just to get to a stage where I'm now taking things to a whole new level. How many years are you willing to commit to this, right? Initially, I was locked in. I said, I got my 5-year plan, but now I'm like, I need to be thinking of the 10-year. What is 10 years looking like as opposed to the 5? The 5 is written in my head already, but what's happened in the other 5? And I realized just from looking at this YouTube channel, for example, and looking at other sort of YouTube channels of, business experts that I appreciate and that inspire and motivate me on a daily basis. A lot of them, it's been over a decade they've been posting content. It's been over a decade. And for me, I'm only 2 years in, nearly 2 years in, but I haven't even scratched the surface yet. But the opportunity that has been able to present itself based on me just doing it is enough of a reason for me to do this video to tell you that you need to be doing this same thing as well if you want to take matters into your own hands and you really want to take things to a whole new level, right? So that's it for me today. But on that note, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And if this video has helped you or inspired you, then please let me know in the comments, as I always appreciate you guys for checking in and tuning in with my content on a daily basis. I was speaking with someone the other day and they said they don't know how I do it, and I don't know either. I just said I'm going to do it, and I'm just dedicated and committed to the mission at hand, right? So that's it. But on that note, thank you very much again, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out. Look after yourself.